Okay, so I am standing back about 30 feet from this fifth wheel. It is absolutely huge. And today I'm over here at Explore USA RV Supercenter in Corpus Christi, Texas. And we're gonna tour this absolutely enormous toy hauler. Very cool. One thing you probably noticed is missing is the brand. They didn't put the brand on this side. Very interesting. Anyways, let's take a look at this thing closer from the inside and outside and see what it's all about. Hang tight, I'll be right back. So before we get going, we're gonna take a look at the numbers, but before we take a look at the numbers, I'm gonna tell you this is a Fuzion Impact Edition from Keystone. So this has a gross vehicle weight rating of 19,000 pounds, rides on 3 7,000-pound axles, has 16-inch G-rated tires, big thumbs up there, has a dry weight of 13,640 pounds, 1-ton dually, or bigger. I would not put this behind a half-ton truck, ever. I would not put this behind a 3/4-ton truck, ever. I would not put this behind a 1-ton single rear-wheel truck, most of the time. I know there's some folks that are going to do that, but for me, redundancy is more important than anything, and having the redundancy of those dually tires in the back and the stability they provide you, plus the increased payload capacity, is certainly something I would want if I'm hauling something this big. Anyways, let's hop inside of this unit, take a closer look at it, then we'll come back out and see what the outside's all about. All right, coming around. This is the 415 Fuzion toy hauler. And this is their lower cost version. So they have a much higher end Fuzion, but what's really nice is you still got those really awesome Saloon S637 tires. We'll talk about those in a little bit. Nice friction hinge door, has a really cool little screen release right there, which I also like. Okay, so stepping inside, very toy hauler. You know, not a bad thing. There's people that absolutely love this type of floor plan, and this unit has some work that's happening to it right now. It looks like they have the stove taken out. I saw the auto leveling control on the other side also removed. But that's not a bad thing. You know, the fact is that sometimes there's little issues, but this just kind of shows that they're monitoring for them, that they tested out, because what you don't want to get is an RV like this that they cleaned, they mopped, they vacuumed, but they didn't check the appliances. They didn't check to make sure everything works, and then you get a unit that has to come straight back, or it ruins your trip because it's not working. So when I see things removed on a brand new unit, I have no problem with it. This isn't something the RV manufacturer built. They bought the stove to put inside here. So this is a failure of the stove that's not related to how the RV was managed or how they built this. So I'm good with that because components fail. Components have problems. Shoot, look at new vehicles right now. They're having all sorts of issues with things like that. Stop and look at the numbers on this first. So $98,351 MSRP, but I'm going to imagine you would pay a lot less than that because none of these dealerships sell everything for MSRP. They usually give you a big discount. Anyways, taking a look at the interior, this has a very interesting textured Norcold refrigerator door. This is a gas-electric refrigerator, and it's their largest gas-electric refrigerator. It has a 4-seat, love seat, sofa, whatever you want to call this thing, but this is probably one of the things I don't like about toy haulers in general is the seat. But at the same time though, you know what? I could kind of see like a whole family sitting here watching a movie, popcorn, all that. And it would be a pretty nice comfortable space. So, you know, maybe I'll warm up to something like this. If you guys have a sofa like this in your RV, what do you think about it? Sell me on it. Make me believe that this is the best thing that you could possibly have in an RV. Huge window. That window is enormous. I'm going to say it looks like it's about 6 feet wide and about 4 feet tall. It's a huge window. You got a nice window over here. You got your TV right here, panoramic fireplace. You got your entertainment system. A very, very robust looking entertainment system too. You got these really interesting stools that kind of fold out from here, so you can sit in front of your island and seat a few more people. Maybe the kiddos are doing homework or eating breakfast while you guys are relaxing and watching TV and drinking your coffee. Coffee station location, a little bit lacking. Maybe right here, or maybe back there. But, yeah, I guess it is what it is. But, yeah, it's not bad. Single basin stainless steel sink. Nice faucet above it. Got a lot of good storage here. More storage above. More storage up here. A little bit of storage there. Your fuse breaker panel down there. Drawers. Hey, they give you a utensil drawer. I love it when there's a utensil drawer. You see so many RVs these days that don't have any place for utensils. So it's nice to see that. Plus you have some storage underneath your kitchen sink. And I like the backsplash. I know it's plastic. I know it's fake, but at the same time, it looks really nice. And it executes well, but it looks really nice with the light countertops. I like the dark batten strips, and I like the contrasting cabinets. All of this looks really good. Very nice color tones in here. It feels light and airy, which I certainly like. All right, let's take a look at the garage, which is massive. I mean, this is a huge, huge garage. It's probably 15 feet long. This garage is just absolutely huge. 3,000 pound capacity for this area. I would put much less than that in here if I would. I mean, I'm all about mitigating weight transfer to the back of your RV, and the number one way you can put too much weight in a toy hauler is by transferring too much of it back here. So just keep that in mind. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Washer and dryer would go right here. You got a power outlet, plus you have a thermostat. You gotta be careful, because if you put a stackable unit here, you're gonna block your thermostat. So I think they should have probably thought about that and put this in a different location. But I almost feel as if this was designed for like a combo unit, which it says it's designed for a ventless dryer, which means there's no vent here, which means, yeah, it's really made for a combo unit. Half bath in here. Not a heck of a lot of room in front of it, but it is a porcelain toilet, plastic sink, very functional half bath. This is actually a pretty nice space, and it doesn't take up any of your garage space. So you see a lot of toy haulers that have kind of a bathroom right here with a folding wall that you have to close up if you want to fit your toys in it. This one, you don't really have to deal with that. Back here, this would drop down and create kind of a back patio area, or you can use it as your loading ramp, of course. Then you can put your gate around it. So again, if you want to use it as a back elevated patio, you can do that. You have your elevated seats right here, which can turn into a bed or into two bench style seatings on each side. Then you have your bed that can come down from the top. So you can sleep a lot of people back here. And this is the interesting thing about this unit. You could technically sleep a lot of people back here and possibly fit your toys in front of them so they don't have to be outside. That is a very, very unique feature of this toy hauler. A lot of toy haulers, the garage ends like right here. So you really couldn't put anything but maybe bicycles or something inside of it. But you could very possibly fit motorcycles or, you know, a golf cart or something in this space right here and still have room to put the beds down so you can sleep. In many cases, you would have to get kids and people up top here above whatever you have loaded. But yeah, this is just a huge garage. This is like cargo trailer size garage. Very nice. All right, let's work our way up to the front of this unit. Your controls here for your air conditioner. It looks like it has an on-demand water heater. Very nice. All right, so here is your bathroom area. Nice medicine cabinet. The fixtures, very cheap, but at the same time, that stuff's really easy to replace. Porcelain foot flush toilet. Nice cornered shower. Let's see how we open this thing. It looks like that pulls out like that. Oh, that's locked. There we go. Cornered assembly, very residential feeling in terms of, you know, tempered glass. Then you have a place for your towels and toiletries. Going through the other entry exit into the bedroom space. So I've brought this up in the past with some toy haulers who position their bedroom this way versus coming off the wall. The reason why is because this gives you a lot of space back. It gives you about 3.5 feet of extra space. And in this toy hauler, it's clearly being used in the garage to expand the overall length that you have to fit toys. But by putting it this way, you limit your wardrobe, and you typically have to put it in a shallow slide. And why is it a shallow slide? Why can't you use a deep slide? But what happens when you pull the slide in? If this wasn't a shallow slide, you wouldn't have the space here to fit both a king-size bed as well as pull your slide in. Some RV manufacturers will actually move the bed completely against the wall just to make that slide a little deeper so you can use the wardrobe space inside of it. But because of this, when we get outside, you'll see that that's a very shallow slide because it only can come in about 16 inches. But yeah, it's a nice bedroom. And like I said, if you're looking for a toy hauler with a tremendous amount of storage in the back, this might be perfect for you. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look outside and see what this thing's all about. I didn't open up the cabinets in the bedroom simply because I think most people know what wardrobe looks like. But yeah, let's take a look at the outside of this unit. Okay, so starting from the front, this does have the Kurt Rotaflex pin box. Used to be the LCI Rotaflex, but LCI purchased Kurt, so now it's the Kurt Rotaflex. If you're wondering why they call it that, it's because this part right here can rotate, and this is a rubber bushing right here that actually kind of dampens any type of shock road vibration from the trailer to the truck or the truck to the trailer. This has the equalizer hydraulic leveling system on it. So it's a competitor to the LCI level up system, but it is a 6-point leveling system. Has the Lippert solid steps with the sticker on backwards or upside down. This has Saloon S637 G-rated tires. These are awesome tires. I'm very, very happy that they include these, even though this does not have an upgraded suspension equalizer system, which would have been really nice to see. So it's got the tires, it's got the axles, but it would have been nice to see upgraded suspension equalizers on here. All right, so you have your steel flip-out steps to take you into the back of the garage. You have your cross ventilation vent right there. LED lighting. Again, I'm seeing a lot of these brands switch from the strip lighting that they used to have here to these round style lighting. Not exactly sure why, but you're seeing that with a lot of them these days. Yeah, even all of these voltages, they all have the round lights in the back and not the long strip lights. This is that back ramp door that can turn into a back patio as well, and you also see that you have a awning above it. Coming around, you have your collapsible stairs on the side, or ladder on the side to get onto the roof. Be able to maintain the 3 AC units that are up there. Here's your fuel dispensing station. This is where your actual fuel nozzle is going to be, where you would fill it up. Your 50 amp connection over here. Does not have frameless windows. This is the outside of your gas electric refrigerator. It's basically the ventilation that it's needed. This is your water heater right here. And I believe it's an on-demand water heater. Here is your front storage, which is kind of small, to be honest with you. Your wet bay is right here. And that's where your propane tank will be. Now, the question is this equipped with a generator? I don't know if it is. It is not. So it's prepped for one, but it's not equipped with one. So that is kind of unique because a lot of times these units do come with a generator. And here are your propane cans. So on the side there, that would be your battery box, not your propane. So this is where your batteries would be. That's where your propane is going to be. I don't like it that way, and I'll tell you why. Because if you are towing your RV and you stop at a place to fill up your propane, it might be very difficult to get your propane cans out from between your truck and the trailer without unhitching. With them on the side, you have pretty easy access. Batteries, you know, they're kind of heavy, so of course on the front they can also be problematic, but they're not as problematic as a propane can, especially once you've filled the propane can up and it weighs like 60 pounds, loading it back up. Anyways, guys, what do you think of this Fuzion? I mean, that garage is massive. That's the standout here, to have such a long garage on a toy hauler, which makes this thing really, really long. It's probably 44 feet long. And it certainly has space for a lot of cool things, plus the fact that you can have your toys, some of your toys maybe, depending on how big they are, and your kids in the back or guests sleeping, which is really nice, so you don't have to keep it all outside. Just keep an eye on those fuel fumes, because you don't want any type of fumes to build up in there if you have people sleeping in there. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.